What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the CU for YouTube channel for a bit of breaking news here on the channel. Now, there's two breaking news. I'll start with the sort of lighter one. The Carlisle United have announced that they will be restocking the home and away shirt for the third time after two sellouts, selling over 6,000 shirts, which is unbelievable. Mine came today, very happy with them. I think the home kit is an absolute stunner and the away kit speaks for itself. So if you did miss out in the first two sales, they will be back on sale in the coming weeks. That was as of Carlisle United's website and Twitter, so keep up to date with Carlisle socials for that. But then the big news is this takeover or investment, should I say. The Piatak Family have released a statement this morning about potential investment into the club and the facility. So I'm going to read the entire statement. It's on your screen there. There is a smaller version on your screen there as well. But let's get into this big one. So bear with me because this might take a while to read because it is a full letter. But basically it goes as following. Dear Carlisle United football fans, we hope this message finds you in good spirits and fills you with the same passion and excitement for football that has united all fans over the years. As the club and stakeholders have confirmed last week, we can also confirm that the Piatak Family is in advanced negotiations in relation to investment into the club and a change of control. We have entered into and are working through a period of exclusivity with them with a view to conducting this transaction. We are thrilled by this news. Of course, any transaction is subject to contact with the EFL approval and the participation of CU or SC. We are really looking forward to meeting fans next week. This is important to us. While we want to emphasise that these discussions are in the advanced stage, there remains one significant hurdle: the resolution of the Piatak debt. Despite the current club shareholders and directors' best efforts over the past years to resolve the debt issue, it remains open at this time. The Piatak debt must be resolved for this transaction to move forward. Once resolved, we believe this could mark a significant milestone in the club's journey and an extraordinary opportunity for the club, and one we are excited about. They then go on to 3 bullet points, which start with ambition. So ambition. Acquiring the club reflects our commitment and ambition to expanding Carlisle United Football Club's presence in the game of football. It requires a bold step forward in our ambition to elevate the club to new heights and fulfill its potential. The second bullet point is community connection. We understand the importance of the community and the unique bond between fans and their local football club. We intend to build upon this bond and establish our connection with the local communities. And the final bullet point is exciting possibilities. This potential acquisition opens many exciting new possibilities for the club, from increased support for recruiting and retaining players and improving facilities and the development to enhance matchday experiences for you, the loyal fans. We want to see as much of our initial investment stay with the club to maximise benefit to the club from the start. At the same time, we can provide the long-term investment and financial security for the club, not just to survive but thrive. We want to ensure you that we see your support is essential to the success of the club. Please understand that these discussions are highly sensitive and specific details are subject to change as we progress. Rest assured, we are working to ensure that the potential acquisition and the proposed owners meet the expectations of Carlisle United's incredible fan base. Your enthusiasm, passion and unwavering support has been the driving force behind the club's success. We have seen it firsthand ourselves already from the stands and the terrace. We look forward to sharing our plans and vision on September the 24th at 2 o'clock, and for any official communications, follow at Castle Sports Group on Twitter. Warm regards, the Piatak Family, dated the 13th of September. So that's the whole letter then. There is a short version on your screen there. But just to break down the bigger one, let's just, give my opinion. Sort of as a fan, I've been going to Carlisle matches since I was about 6, since about 2005, I think my first game was. So this is really exciting. And I like how clear and open this is and how it's transparent for the fans to read. Obviously, the main bit that we're going to go into first is the Piatak debt. I believe this sits at around 2.7 million, which is a lot of money. A real lot of money, not as much as it used to be, but that obviously remains the biggest problem, which I think we all knew if there was ever any going to be some investment into the club, this would be the hurdle. So hopefully this can get resolved. We can put a repayment plan in place, or however the resolve would be. That would be really good to see this move forward and for the investment into the club. The second bit I noticed was the words in relation to investment in the club and change of control. So it looks like these guys want to take control at the top, which some people will be thrilled with, some people maybe not. I think with these sort of things, you've got to keep one eye open. It's great that there could be a potential long-term money in the club. It's great that there could be short-term money in the club. But you don't want a situation like Wigan, Reading, on the more extreme level, Southend, Bury. Because it can have consequences for the club. I'm not saying it's going to be like that. I hope it's not going to be like that, but you've got to keep that in the back of your mind with these type of things. Yes, it's exciting, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. In 5 years we could be a mid-table championship team. In 5 years we could be in the National League. You just don't know, but it's exciting, and I'm not going to say that we're going to be in the Premier League or we're going to be in the National League. We'll see how it plays out, but these are just things that you maybe need to keep in your mind, especially looking at extreme cases like Southend United, who are struggling to function as a football club. So it's just some things you need to think about. But I like this next bit where they talk. I like what I like about this whole statement. The fans seem to be the priority. They're thrilled to be meeting the fans. They are meeting the fans as part of the members group to talk. Your enthusiasm, passion and overwhelming support is what's driving the club's success. Now, obviously, Paul Simpson's came in and done a fantastic job. But over these last 2 years, the fan support for Carlisle United has been absolutely fantastic. We always take numbers away. Our home numbers have went from about 3,000 to 8,000. In the space of about a season, which is ridiculous just to think that's such a turnaround. We've been getting 12,000+ in games, like the 10 for 10 was at Tranmere, I believe. I remember the Northampton game in Simpson's first game. I'm sure we've got about 9,000-10,000 in there as well. So the turnaround has been fantastic, and I think the fans have been a big thing about that, and that we go into that with the the community. I think as well, for me, I think the community around Carlisle United Football Club is just fantastic. I think it's brilliant. I think you're seeing that especially in the playoff campaign. People were giving away tickets for the Bradford game, I believe. Bringing in local communities, bringing in local businesses. The fan park have local businesses. Lucas Volkswagen are always there. There's the coffee shop. There's the sweet shop. They're all local businesses from Carlisle. And more and more you're seeing the sponsorship of local businesses around the stadium. And then obviously you've got like the community efforts of like Flags for United, Rob and Chris doing the great job there. So it's that community connection is important, and I personally do think over the last few years, and especially my time watching Carlisle United, the community is the best it's ever been. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand a bit more now. When you're 7 years old, you don't think of these sort of things. So I'm not saying this is better than the other time we win League One in my lifetime. But just now and understanding everything, it just feels such a positive environment to be in at the current moment, where 2-3 seasons ago, it didn't feel like that. It was a negative place. It was it was a quiet place. But now it's a lively atmosphere, and that community spirit really is a part of that. So I totally agree with that, and I love how they are so happy to sit in the Pioneer and meet the fans in this not private meeting, but this members only meeting. Just to be walking around Carlisle and stuff, getting to know the area. That's really good. Now the next bit I'm going to point out is this the long-term investment and financial security of the club. Obviously, we touched on that with obviously Southend and Wigan and stuff there. That long-term security is needed because, you don't want this just to be have 2 absolutely fantastic years and then it all goes downhill from there. And I think that long-term investment, it is also mentioned somewhere in here, is about looking at the facilities. I'm just trying to find that in the letter. It's definitely in there, but at the current moment in time, I cannot find it. But they're talking about facilities and, working on. I can't find. Sorry, I'm trying. I'm looking at this letter as I speak, and I can't find it. But yeah, there we are. Boom. There we go. Sorry. The recruiting and retaining players, improve facilities, and development of a enhanced matchday experience. So, in topic of the improved facilities, again, this is my opinion. You guys might have a different opinion. Obviously, our main training pitch is just behind the stadium, and on a match day, it could be like this any other day. I don't really go to Brunton Park. There isn't really a match day, but after a match, you've got people just walking across it to go to the golf club. People walk across the the training pitch to get to the cars. I probably imagine people walk the dog on it on a non-match day when the players aren't training. That must frustrate you if you're like a Paul Simpson and you're trying to get the best facilities, the best training for your players, and anyone could just walk on the training pitch. So I think we do need a training facility. I think Paul Simpson's made it very clear since he came back he wants a training facility and he thinks it's something we need. I think quite a lot of fans would agree with that. And also the development of the matchday experience. I think that's great. If you're a fan that comes down sort of every week, you want the best matchday experience possible. If it's your first time coming to Brunton Park and you have a bad experience, you might not come back. So to enhance this matchday experience would be great. Obviously, they've done a lot recently in the last few years with sort of the kids zone, with Xboxes in there. You got or like the mascot that goes in, takes photos with the kids. You've got a couple of players that go in just before kick-off as well. So that's obviously great for the kids and everything. And then obviously you've got the match zone, the match day area on the main stand side, with, like, as I said, the local businesses and the beer. I'm trying to think what it's called. Crates. You know what I mean. Porta cabins, that's what I'm looking for. And then obviously you've had the playoff trophies being, there to get your picture took with. Just on a match day, you've had like lookers giving out flags at games and stuff like that. But also as well, talking about the playoff trophy, that's obviously been around Carlisle. It's been in the schools. It's got that school community. Again, just back onto the community spirit. So I think this is a really good letter to read. I think it's good to see. It's refreshing to see, to say the least. I like how they're giving the fans the recognition, where some clubs maybe wouldn't do that. I'm glad that they sort of recognise that. And that's a really positive thing. And I think to look at this in a positive light, it's very transparent. They seem very keen on Carlisle United and what we can bring and the potential the club has. Great support away from home, great support at home. And that great community spirit that I keep coming back to. But I've spoken now for 13 minutes, which is very long for a normal video. So I just want to know, what do you guys think on this? Have you got your home away kit? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of the potential investment in the Carlisle United? Are you happy with it? Are you a bit like unsure on it? Or for some reason, are you against it? Let me know in the comments down below. Whichever. I just want to say a massive thank you for all the support on the videos recently. It has been an amazing sort of 3 months for the growth of the channel and the socials. Instagram, Twitter, at @CU04_YouTube. If you want to go over there and follow me. I engage with you guys as much as possible, especially on Instagram. I do use Twitter, but not as much. I'm more on Instagram, so I'm always talking to one of you on there, or we do polls and stuff, and I ask for your guys' opinions. So if you want to get involved and interact with me, Instagram is your best bet, but Twitter also as well, as I say, at CU04_YouTube. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the support recently. But yeah, I have been CU04, and I'll see you in the next one.
I never miss, that's fact. Taking big swings, put your hand to the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light.